I'll make it something random. Don't really think I'll make this because of how shit my day's been. It's just something that came to mind that I think is important to talk about. And it's important in the sense of like perspective of life. Because I've played games for well over 20 years now. I've been playing them since I was like 4, I think, or maybe 6. 6 is a recent memory. The only one I actually have when I was a child. But yeah, I like playing Sonic games, Streets of Rage. Yeah, but it got me thinking, like, what's really games about? What are they about? I've talked about it a bit before, I think, and really it's about having fun, and that's still true today, actually. Because I look at some of the games that have come out, and obviously they've gone downhill, they've gone to shit, they've got live services and stuff. I think about what keeps me coming back to them, and it's always the fun factor, just to put it simply. And I got thinking about my experience in Team Fortress 2, having 5,000 hours, or almost 6,000 now, about why I keep playing it. And it's not because I'm good at the game necessarily, but it's because I find I have a comfort zone and there's also fun to be had. Like, you can treat it semi seriously and still have fun. That's rare for a game, actually. Overwatch, you really get that because, you know, friendlies are pretty much unheard of, and most people are there to play competitively, so they just kill you on sight just for taunting. It's ridiculous. In TF2, you can actually get away with that, like 50% of the time, I'd say. That's still higher than Overwatch, where it's like 10% or less. I'm basically bringing about this conversation because I want to see a change in the gaming landscape. I want games to be fun again. Because I'm fed up of games being marketed towards competitiveness. I think it's ridiculous that games are even going that direction. When I've had a bad day, all I want to do is get onto a game and have some fun. That's it. I just don't want to play seriously, necessarily. I'm sure I can play serious, but well, this brings in the other issue. When you get so good at a game that you make it unenjoyable for others, that's when there's a problem. I even experience this sometimes in TF2 still, because I have my bad days, actually more often than usual, and that's because players are just sometimes so much more better at the game than I am. And it's also hard to tell when they're cheating or not because, like, some people may have seen it in the gameplay footage I've run before. But I report players that have some really suspicious sort of activity, like sometimes they aim snap or even shoot where they're not looking. And then there's some who mysteriously get random crits all the time. Um, well, actually, when targeting me or even that certain player on the team, like, it's kind of hard to notice, but you'll notice when you know. I'm trying to think. There's like what's the other thing? Fuck, it's completely gone out of my mind. Damn, I need to pause the recording quick. Still can't remember, but it will probably come back to me later. Um, Also, like, people are gonna say that winning is part of the fun, but like, when you think about it though, like, losing is not fun. So I think really, if you want to have fun in a game, you need balance. But as you can see in most games, you cannot get a perfect balance. As I can. Jesus. Um, but yeah, like, you can't get a balance, and that's one of the massive issues. That's what creates toxicity. So it just gets really frustrating when you play these games and you just can't get used to it. That's why I won't touch a Souls-like, even though they're objectively good for the most part. There just needs to be like a middle ground, and I think players who want to play for fun should not be punished for playing for fun. Like I've seen players in TF2 actually more recently, more than they ever used to be actually, be kicked for messing around. Like, that's silly. I don't care if my 0 points, let's say T-posing Demo Man, is just going to the enemy and having fun with them, and we're losing. Like, I don't care. That's their fun, that's our fun too, because we get to watch it sometimes when we spectate. And the enemy is also having fun there as well. So that's the sort of thing that's unique really, and like even recently in the random moments, when I disguised as a friendly heavy and acted like heavy, I didn't try to sort of sabotage the engineer. Instead I tried to make him figure out that I was a spy, or at least accuse me of being a spy and then reveal that I actually am a spy. And that was fucking hilarious, because I let the sentry kill me. Jeez. I'm having a panic attack now. I don't know why. There's nothing to trigger it. Boring. But this applies to all games. Like, no game should be unenjoyable because of how well what the player is skilled. I don't know. Basically, how skilled a player is. I think that's unfair sometimes. I think to make yourself sort of enjoy a game more, you need to sort of make fun of it, make fun with it even. But like, I do something silly now where I've removed all the try-hardy sort of maps on the game, in the game even. So like no attack, defense, no control point, no King of the Hill. Because those tend to be built with try-hards. King of the Hill not usually, but it can be. And I've had more fun with it because of it. Because like CTF has meme maps, payloads are usually meme maps. That's what's fun about it. I've even removed the Keep because I just don't want to deal with like competitiveness there because there's already a lot of sort of competitive players there. You've got spies just try-harding, like backstab, face stab, everything. Also, I've got a weird issue with my game's graphics because spies just seem to appear out of nowhere. I don't know what's causing that. I just play the maps that are most fun to me, have the most movement as well, most of the time. And this ties into the thing that I do where I just disadvantage myself just so that other players can have a good time. And to me, that's one of the best things you could do as a gamer. It gives players a chance to feel good about themselves, I guess, and it allows them to have fun. And that's the most important thing. So this is basically an appeal to say that people need to start acting less serious about games. Also, we have single player games for a reason and try to have fun in them until they become always online. But I think with multiplayer games it's harder because everyone's trying to achieve something there. For me, it's achieving the most amount of fun, but for others, it's like just achieving the best score or something. Like, it's just silly. And that's really why I've sort of given up on trying to get good. It's just a thing I've been considering over the years, and also given my sort of toxicity story back in 2018, it might have been. Where I used to be really toxic throughout TF2 and Overwatch. And to summarise that story, I used to throw games in Overwatch to get competitive points easier, and basically I lower myself to bronze difficulty. Like win a few matches, lose one, which wasn't always possible actually to lose because sometimes some players are just so good or they're Smurfs. And so I got stuck in that rank for a while, and someone called me out on it, and I was like, damn, you actually make a point. I wouldn't like this if this was happening to me, and it does actually happen to me at the higher ranks, which is why I'm D-ranked even. So I spent that time climbing back up, sort of countering Smurfs for the most part, teaching players, and just turn my life around from that moment. It sounds a bit sort of reachy, I don't know what the word is. Overreacting, I don't know. They just sort of plant a seed in me and sort of help me put my life on track. I think that's a really important thing as well. I think when you understand that the toxicity is unnecessary and it just doesn't come from a good place, that's when you know you need to change. Of course, like, hurt people can hurt, and that's annoying that even happens. But I think trying to reach out to people with empathy or just making this really irrefutable argument is important, but also being honest with yourself is just as important. It's probably one of the most important life lessons there is. I've had to be honest with myself quite a lot and other people. And like, yeah, I may not have as many friends as I want, but you get what you see, and I'm not hiding anything. I don't want to hide anything. For all I care, people can watch me masturbate, like, I don't fucking care. It's just about being transparent and making sure everyone's sort of happy and alive, I guess. Even though I can't say the same for myself, but so, so yeah, make games fun again, please, people. We don't need any more competitive games. We should need more fun games, that's it.